The annual forum sees African Guyanese groups assembling at the Critchlow Labour College to discuss issues facing Guyanese of African ancestry and how those issues could be addressed. President David Granger, who delivered a feature address at the 5th Annual State of the African Guyanese Forum, reminded Afro-Guyanese of their important role in preserving what their ancestors fought for. He called on African Guyanese to use their time to not pull down but to shape each other.
Let us fight one war at a time, and let us not try to refight old battles of the past, which do not contribute to our mission.
Mr. Granger told the PAC audience that for too long people of African descent experienced hate and marginalization, and that this decade, which was proclaimed by the UN International Decade for People of African Descent, should be used to show the world that values and self-worth also reside within people of African ancestry.
Bickering seems to be a preoccupation of some people in this country. All I urge is that this is not the time to bicker. This is not the time for brawling. This is not a time for breaking down. This is the time for organization, for education, and for implementation. This is a decade of determination, and our children and grandchildren will not forgive us if we fail them at this critical time.
The forum, which was held under the theme Repositioning African Guyanese for Justice and Sustainable Development, also obtained the full support of the United Nations. PAHO WHO Country Representative to Guyana, Ghanaian Dr. William Adukro, also addressed the forum.
In Guyana, Africans form part of the country's historical foundations from the over 2 centuries of slavery until emancipation in 1838. People of African descent in Guyana were a symbol of resilience and heroic struggle for civil rights and independence. Since independence, sterling contributions by renowned Afro-Guyanese have added to the country's development, the Caribbean, and beyond.
President Granger told the forum that when the National Assembly returns to business from recess in October, he will be heading to Parliament to present the main principles of the 2018 national budget. The president reminded the African groups that they only have a few weeks remaining to submit their proposals. Royd and James, HGP Nightly News.